Hey man, happy Friday. Welcome to Matters of the Dave, day 3 in April or something. We'll workshop the name at some point. I want to take a little bit of time out just to talk about something that matters to me, as you laid down yesterday, talking about one thing that matters to us per day, at least in the beginning. I'm currently in the first aid room at work because A, I'm a first aider, and B, this is the quietest room in the full building because outside that door, it is pure chaos. So what I actually want to talk about today is mental health and the effect that being quarantined in one building is having on a lot of people. Obviously, because I'm both a community manager online and someone who works in the community IRL, I see two different sides of it. People who are in their own homes all the time, so they're online, and then people who are here getting out for a brief time to buy their essentials. As previously mentioned, I'm working equivalent of about 80 hours a week, and because of that, I have very little time to myself. So the time I do actually have to myself is time I want to spend doing things I want to do. And that doesn't factor in all the adult stuff like the cleaning and the laundry, blah, blah, blah. At 7 p.m. last night on Discord, I started a voice chat with a friend of mine who's just recently gotten to use Discord. We've been friends for a long time. We've got a lot in common, blah, blah, blah. But we don't often voice call. We used to years ago. We used to Skype every couple of days. But as life's got busier, we've got further apart, so to speak. But recently, he's been quarantined at home, having nothing to do except his university work, and he's going stir crazy. So obviously, his mental health's on the decline a little bit because he's getting so ridiculously bored. Me, on the other hand, I've started distancing myself from social contact a little bit for my own mental health, because it's the opposite. I'm dealing with too many people a day, and while I am an ambivert, especially working 40 hours in this sort of hectic environment and then another 40 online dealing with other people's problems, sometimes you just need time away from everything. I don't want to trivialize the friendships, connections and bonds that I have with most people around me, because they are important to me. There's no doubt about that. But during this time in which I'm taking for myself, there are only probably 3 people that I will actively speak to, that I will make time for, due to this just needing time to recharge, because there's people that I talk to that just it never feels like effort. It only feels natural, and I could talk to them for so many hours, it's ridiculous, without feeling the need to recharge like I would with 99% of the people. And this friend with which I was having this conversation in Discord is one of those people, and we ended up sat talking for 8 hours, and it was about 3 a.m. when we finally logged off to go to sleep. But that to me didn't feel like work. It just felt like hanging with a close friend. So that is one of the most important things to me, having those connections where you just feel so invested and it feels so natural. Anyway, it looks like we're doing Dave in April, definitely attempting videos every day, or Matters of the Dave as I've decided to call it on here, just to add a third classification to the same thing, which should be Vida, by the way. That's how I pronounce it. Could be right, could be wrong. I don't think there's an actual proper way of saying it because it's not an actual dictionary termed word. So as always, have a nice rest of your day, keep mattering, and I'll hear what matters to you tomorrow.